What's going on, guys? It's Grant, or G Miners here, and this is a guide on how to defeat Morgeth in the Last Wish raid. This is the third encounter. For this encounter, your team will be splitting up into two teams of three. One of these teams will be on the left side of the arena and the other on the right. These sides are divided by one massive bridge-like structure in the middle. This encounter can be broken up into three extremely simple parts. Part 1 is picking up stacks of taken strength. Part 2 is unfreezing players who become frozen, and Part 3 is damaging and or killing Morgeth before he gains full strength and wipes your fire team. To start the encounter, one selected player will pick up the first taken strength in the center of the arena. Note, this player will be killing adds for the rest of the encounter and will pick up the final taken strength when it spawns. There are 10 in total. After killing a wave of adds, Morgeth will spawn 4 more taken strengths. 2 will appear on each side of the arena. One designated player on each side will be responsible for picking up both of the taken strengths that spawned on their side. Note, players will die upon holding 3 taken strengths. Upon holding 2 taken strengths, players are now vulnerable to Morgeth's freezing mechanic. It is recommended that players holding 2 strengths relocate to the location on screen now. This allows players to be out of Morgeth's line of sight if they are to become frozen. Once frozen, a player will have around 20 seconds before being killed and losing the taken strengths they collected. To prevent their death, another player must unfreeze them. To unfreeze a teammate, you must pick up the taken essence or weapon that is dropped upon killing a taken captain. Tip: upon killing these captains, leave the essence or the weapon on the ground until it is needed. Taking this essence or weapon to the frozen player and using the grenade ability on them will unfreeze the frozen player and transfer their stacks of taken strength to the player who unfroze them. With that said, the player who is unfreezing another player must have 0 stacks of taken strength to prevent their death upon receiving the frozen player's stacks. Players without stacks of taken strength should only leave their side to unfreeze another player. After that, the player with 0 stacks of taken strength should return to their side. After all strengths are picked up, a second wave of adds will spawn, followed by another 4 taken strengths. Pick these up as well. Shortly after, the 10th and final stack should spawn at the center of the arena where the first taken strength was picked up. The player containing 1 stack will pick this final strength up and a damage phase will begin. To damage Morgeth, every player on your team should navigate to Morgeth's back. The massive swords will act as his weak or critical points. Using bubble and well are recommended. Current DPS metas will be linked in the description below.